When you get hurt, you realize how much you need these certain body parts, and the hip was definitely a big one. It hurt a good amount.
A couple picks later, I'm getting picked and, living the dream right now.
You are going to Miami for my friend, and you're going to go down there and you're going to play with Dwyane Wade. What can fans expect to see?
Injuries, man, they present a roadblock that you weren't even prepared for. It just happens out the blue. That dream I had as a kid inside me to be the best and to win championships. I just keep that fire with me even when things aren't going great. Just keeping that confidence and that big picture. Learning to deal with things that are out of your control. We all try to be the best. You got to have the right outlets and the right team and people around you to help you deal with that, or you can kind of just shrivel down to a point that's not supposed to be you. Growing up in a house full of athletes, my siblings played, my dad played professionally. Just growing up in that environment, I kind of just gravitated towards that style of competition. Growing up in Texas, I was super like football first. Football was my first love, but eventually I was still so skinny, and I got ran over once, so that was it for me in football.
We were a very, very competitive family. Like, it could be taking the trash out, like who's gonna take the trash out the fastest, who's gonna dust the room the fastest. Like, we were extremely, extremely competitive.
We were always, I feel like, either playing one-on-one or something, or like on the same team. I guess our best moment, my brother and I, was the state championship, him hitting the buzzer beater. Other than that, I feel like he probably picked on me a lot, made me tough. But yeah, just brotherly love.
We had a few cousins or older siblings. He was the baby. We always beat on Justise, but it's just funny how all things turned out, right? Like, we went from beating up on him to like, maybe when he was in 8th grade, 9th grade, to like, yo, you can't play outside. Like, you got way bigger dreams than running the court today on this cement. Like, so it was interesting to be a part of that whole process.
Said it right every game during the tournament. Justise, big shot, Winslow. Force him right. With ISO here. Tough shot. He's hit it every single game. The big shot.
Duke just seemed to fit me, just overall as a person. Coach K's been, grooming young men and ball players for forever. So just the track record, they kind of had it figured out. I think Coach K's ability just to adapt, year to year, era to era, whether it's, recruiting 4-year guys or one and dones.
We were raised not to complain, right? I think Justise was raised not to complain about being the youngest. I think I was raised not to complain about that I wasn't 6'5" like everyone, right? We were so focused on all of us achieving our dreams that we sometimes forgot to just sit still and sit in our emotions, and sometimes those emotions weren't good, and it was okay for them not to be good, if that makes sense.
You mentioned to the Miami Herald you went through these dark times. What was your hardest moment in those first 2 years when you were in the midst of that?
It was just kind of a duration of time, just a period of, extended months, almost, years at a time, just not really being happy. Just getting confidence and believing that, you can just go out there in general after an injury. It takes a lot. You got to have, good people to lean on and to trust and put your faith in. Living one day at a time and trying to figure out each moment and be present. My rookie year was loaded with, big-time vets from D-Wade, Chris Bosh, Luol Deng, Mari Stoudemire, Mario Chalmers, trying to help us all figure it out. So it was a good mix, and they kind of really, guided me through that first year. One thing that was hard was just the timeline that we kind of had put on things. My body just wasn't living to that timeline. It was living at its own pace. So whether it's an injury or, becoming an NBA champion or different things someone's trying to accomplish in life is, we have this strict timeline that we always try to live to, and it's great. You don't want to be too complacent or just sit back and let moments fly by, but you got to run your race and stick to your own pace. And sometimes you just got to listen to your gut or listen to your body. For myself as an athlete, and be like, okay, I'm just living at my own pace, my own timeline, while still trying to be ambitious and still trying to work hard and accomplish things, but just understand that sometimes the pace and the speed of things just aren't in your control. But just your mindset and mentality. if you have those things in order and straight, then the results or whatever you're trying to get done, eventually, will take care of itself. It wasn't just one thing that helped me get over the hump or just made every problem go away, but just doing the things that made me happy and brought me peace, whether it be meditating, whether it be journaling, talking to family, friends, having a core group of people that opinions actually matter to you. They're actually invested in the process, invested in your results, and they care about you, and they're not just going to tell you what you want to hear. So I think that's what makes blocking out the noise easier for me, is I know, okay, those people are there, they're going to keep it real, they're going to tell me the truth. That you have that mutual support and, you find strength with.
Not all basketball players, not all men of color are able to get out and be an inspirational story for everyone. And I tell them all the time, like, there's nothing as an older brother that I can be proud of, because I wasn't able to do that, right? But you are able to figure that out.
Just being an athlete is a tremendous opportunity and responsibility. Whether you want to be or not, you're a role model to these kids. They want to be in your shoes, so help them be better than you are or reach their dreams. I just try to use my platform to one, just have fun and be creative and execute my own ideas, but then also just to uplift and inspire. I've definitely had people younger than me come up through the ranks, like, even just my story and me being open about it, they'll say that helped them. Or seeing me bounce back from injury and come back stronger, that helped them. You just got to keep the main thing, and you can't always just run and flee when adversity hits. Trying to be someone you're not, whether on social media or in person, trying to live fast and grow up too fast or have it all figured out by 25, I think it's just almost a mindset and conditioning thing that we got to kind of sort through. Like my brother says, it's a great day to have a good day. Just trying to be 1-0 every day. I think it sounds simple, super simple and cliche, but just trying to win the day, whether it's a off day or a game day as an athlete, whether it's just a day as a dad. Unfortunately, I don't try to live too far in the future. I can't book a flight 2 weeks or a month in advance. So for me, it's just, hey, what am I gonna do today? How am I gonna be able to wake up and look myself in the mirror at the start of the day? I wanna win collective and individual accolades in the league, but just continue to prove myself and to be an NBA champion and just to be surrounded by my family and my friends that I love. I mean, that's the goal, is to be a champion. Gaining that respect around the league, again, there's ups and downs, but I think just the respect and also just having fun, as my son continues to get older, just sharing those moments of me on the court and him being at all the games and the rest of my family as well. It's just, continue to create memories.